All right.
Welcome to Iacon NPR After Dark.
Hello, and welcome to Iacon Underground Radio for the week of February 20th, 2019. That's Toy Fair week. This is Jen.
And I'm David. Oh, this is also the same week, like a few days ago. Hiroshi Fujioka was born. The first Kamen Rider is 73 years old.
Ooh, that's exciting if you're into toku stuff, which...
Yeah, well, I am.
I have a respect for, but...
not just Toku, like, if you like the Sega Saturn, you know him. He was Segata Senshiro.
Huh. I mostly just remember that, hey, that was something they tried to bring over in the 90s that didn't work out any more than anything else that wasn't actually literally Power Rangers.
It didn't work because they didn't use the same marketing. Oh, no, you're talking about Kamen Rider. Yeah, that show was garbage.
Yes. Yes, I am.
The Sega Saturn failed for other reasons, like the marketing over here was nowhere near as good as it was in Japan.
Well, yes. Yes, the Sega Saturn was its own entire thing. I had like 3 games for it, and one of them was the Magic Knight Ray Earth game, which was literally the last Sega Saturn game released in the US.
I have 6 games. I still have to buy a Sega Saturn to play them on. Because I got them, maybe it was 10 years ago at this point.
Yeah.
Or 5 years ago. Somewhere in there. Anyway,
so it's Toy
Transformers,
Fair
we've
week.
been gone for a while.
Yeah, so we're going to just sort of touch on some of the stuff that happened over the course of the entirety of last year. But... I mean, to start off with, we had Toy Fair news. Hasbro is, I guess, replacing Hasbro Toy Shop with this new Hasbro Pulse thing that is going to have...
Well, the Pulse it's been around as a blog for a while, I guess, or a news site thing, but now it's taken over as the Toy Shop, which is, okay, sure.
Yeah, they're doing some, like, premium membership thing, which go ahead and buy buy your Sideswipe right now, because I guess you get membership for the next year. Otherwise, if you buy something before, like, the 24th, otherwise, it's, like, $50 a year or something, so it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out.
Yeah,
and I
should probably buy something just because, but I don't know what.
I feel like this really does tie in with one of the big news stories of 2018, which was the downfall of Toys R Us.
Yeah, we kind of left. Well, I think it had problems last time we did do an episode, which was 6 months ago or something.
Yeah, it was starting to fall apart then. But yeah. And as I look at the stuff they have at Toy Fair, the stuff like, I guess specifically it's just the Masterpiece toys. Like, they did show some Masterpiece toys at, I believe it was WonderCon a week or two.
OneFest.
Yeah. At that one, Takara showed off additional Masterpiece toys, including a hound, which will probably not be as easy to stuff in a hiking backpack as any of the other hounds. I'm going to guess the Iron Factory hound is probably going to be the winner when it comes time for spring. But Hasbro did show off some Masterpiece toys at Toy Fair, including Beast Wars Megatron.
Oh, yeah, we do. It's when the hell is that even coming out? Because I remember that, like, all last year.
Yeah, that was...
News about that.
It was a big deal, but this is, like, I think our first real showing of it to the American market. With Toys R Us gone, is that stuff that you're basically just going to have to... Is that like an only online market thing? Or is that going to be... I mean, Target's not picking that up.
No, Target's not going to do... I guess... Well, unless either they're going to do the Pulse or just it's going to be Big Bad Toy Store and Entertainment Earth and places like that carrying it.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I could see that being the case. But yeah, Hasbro's hopes for bringing over stuff like the Masterpiece toys definitely gonna be hurt by the whole the whole Toys R Us falling apart thing. So yeah, they have their new Hasbro Pulse thing, which again is presumably going to be a place where they can sell stuff like that. Though it wasn't like advertised as, hey, this is where you're going to buy these Masterpiece toys. What it was advertised as is, this is where you're going to buy Ectotron.
Yes. Well, where you could have bought Ectotron for like 4 hours on the day it was announced, and then they put it up on the Pulse.
Yeah. So
I think it's also supposed to be released at GameStop?
Yeah, GameStop, and I think one other similar, or maybe it was like GameStop and ThinkGeek, which are the same thing. But I have to say that I like the whole fuss around the new Ghostbusters movie, like really killed a lot of my affection for the old Ghostbusters concept, but I was like showing people pictures of this and being like, this is peak Xennial. Xennials are done now. We are going our duty is complete.
It is weird that a literal, like, a knockoff mashup t-shirt has become a literal toy.
Yes, additionally, I'm very excited for the BotCon art room circa 2002 becoming a new product line.
I mean, it's neat that they got that. I didn't realize, I guess Hasbro has the Ghostbusters license and I just didn't notice. Well, okay, that does make sense because IDW.
I think it's more that the people with the Ghostbusters toy license are just happy to let people borrow it for things like that. I don't think there is really a Ghostbusters toy, like an overarching toy license, the way there is with something like Transformers or something like Marvel.
Yeah.
I think it's more that...
It's not. It's outside.
Yeah, I think it's more that they license it out for things like this, or like my previous peak Xennial example, which was the Ninja Turtles they did dressed as Ghostbusters. There's the Stranger Things kids dressed as Ghostbusters, which are a toy set, also at GameStop. Yeah. So I don't think they have like a toy license in the sense that a lot of other things do. I think they just license out the likenesses for just things like this. So I do have to say though, I wasn't sold on it until I saw that comic because it's adorable.
Yeah, because I thought about the toy for, well, by the time I was actually thinking about it, it had probably been already sold out. But it's like, I don't need that. I don't have any Ghostbusters things. I don't think I've ever read any of the comics. But the Ghostbusters busting Ghost Starscream, I'm there for that.
Yeah, so apparently it's going to be a 5-issue series, according to the press release. It's going to be written by some regular Ghostbusters creative team people. I guess if you are into that, Eric Burnham, Dan Schoening, and Luis Antonio Delgado. And then it's going to have variant covers, which do include Nick Roche and Alex Milne. So it does look like it's... And we'll get to why maybe there's not so much of the Transformers side of the IDW staff in there. So yeah, it's going to be written by their regular Ghostbusters team people. It looks adorable. So that kind of helps, but again, probably more as a, hey, I happen to drop by the GameStop in the mall and they have this, so maybe I'll buy it, versus cursing not hitting that 4-hour window when he was available online. 'Cause I think we have discussed that I am a very character-motivated person when it comes to buying toys, and it's, I see the toy itself, and I'm like, oh boy, it's a, knockoff t-shirt design come to life. It's the same sort of stuff that I feel like pop culture has become for the last several years, and I am very old and jaded, and I just want these kids to get off my lawn. But with their Fortnite.
Saying.
But it is pretty...
Fork knives.
The comic does look pretty charming, so maybe I'll like them. Also, the other thing that apparently is already shipping and people have already been receiving, is that Megatron. And
Oh, yeah, what's it, what the heck is it called?
Yeah, Combat Hero Megatron.
Is it Combat Hero. Yeah, it's a weird title, which looks like Megatron with a different construction worker head from the comic designs, with like a striped t-shirt on that says Megatron on it.
Yes. As someone who was, actually collecting Transformers during Generation 2 when I was in high school, I would have been more sold on him if he was in the actual released colors for that toy, which was the purple with the tiger stripes that said purple. Megatron rules.
Well, the rules might be going too far, but purple would have been nice on that toy. But yeah, I like that mold of Megatron, but I don't think I need another one, so I didn't get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I would have probably, fallen over dead if they had made the actual... release version. But, I remember certainly seeing pictures of the one they didn't get around to releasing, and it's I don't know. As someone who cares about G2, I don't even care about that as much as I would have cared about the actual released one, because that's based on a thing that actually existed at some point and not just something there were pictures of. But also it apparently comes with a very cute little letter, from Hasbro. So that's...
Oh.
Yeah, that is...
Neat.
That is online. I'm sure you can find it posted by various people on Twitter, but it's signed by John Warden, I believe, from Hasbro. And just basically saying, welcome to this crazy new collector pulse thing we're doing. Hey.
Oh.
Yeah, it was very nice. So that is, I guess, something that we're all going to have to keep an eye out now, for just things being released.
Yeah, because I know I've seen people online say they've ordered pre-ordered a year's worth of toys from Pulse. It's I'm not, that can be good, you budget at the beginning of the year for your toys, but that's a long wait. Waiting for imports that I've pre-ordered to come in, I've forgotten. I've double ordered at least once.
Yeah,
so...
I do I have just recently, now that I have a little more disposable income for toys and I don't just spend it all on hiking gear, I do like Big Bad Toy Store's pre-order system. Basically, it doesn't feel like you're committing to it as much because you could always go in and cancel the pre-order, before they actually charge you for it.
Which is what I did with that one import I screwed up.
Yeah. But on the other hand, once it's getting close to time, you're yeah, I'm gonna be paying for this. So I have not actually canceled a pre-order. I did just pre-order the Nendoroid Loki, which I have until September to budget for, so A+ me. But we've got there are more pictures of Siege stuff. We got pictures of the Impactor, which looks pretty cool.
Which looked pretty good. It's almost too comic accurate in robot mode, which results in the little cannon that sits on his shoulder being a little cannon on top of his tank turret in vehicle mode.
What's this too comic accurate? No, he's good. He's good. He makes me...
Yeah, I'm gonna buy him, but...
He makes me not regret not getting the third-party one quite so much.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. Siege stuff is basically just like, I'm excited about Stakeout, but I'm sad that he comes with Red Hot and not Fix It, because I just really have an unreasonable... I have an unreasonable fondness for Fix It, because there's this little bit in Simon Furman's Marvel run where, like, it's the issue where Megatron and Ratchet are fused, and they're running around beating people up, and, like, there's this one bit where there's this Autobot just, like, in the hallway basically giving a, like, he went that-away thing, but, like, Fix It is they're being tiny and driving around and tending to people, and he's so small because he's a Micromaster. So I just really have a weird fondness for Fix It, and I'm kind of sad that we're not getting him, but we are getting Stakeout, so that's cool. I do wish that there were more mini-cons being shown. Also, I wish I didn't...
Did they actually show any of them off?
Well, they showed those two, but otherwise, yeah, it was really just... Also, I'm very sad that I'm going to have to buy Omega Supreme to get Countdown, because I like Countdown.
Yeah, Omega Supreme looks unusually good, but I've been leery of the big guys. The only one I have is Triptychon, because he was like half off. Mm-hmm. He's wonderful, and maybe I'll get Omega and Sail, but I don't know. Siege is mixed results for me. Like some of the toys I've gotten of it have been good, but I just don't want most of them.
I mean, I do kind of like Omega Supreme, because if you go with the G1 cartoon version, at least he falls firmly into my favorite category of very large, very sad robots.
Oh, yeah.
Much like the other Titan class one I have, Fortress Maximus. Whose primary character hook is he wants to die.
Well, that was just in the cartoon.
It was in the comics, too.
He had a little bit more personality, like getting shot through the chest by a giant stake.
But mostly it was him wanting to die.
It was just that. No, but Siege, like, I want the Tetrajets in concept.
Mm-hmm.
Because, hey, Seekers, I don't have a new version of the Seekers that's all three of them. Because I missed out on classics. But looking at, like, all the underbase Greeblies all over Thundercracker, it's like, do I really need that? That's way too much Greebling. Yeah,
he's unreasonably Greebly. I do like the Springer. I am a fan of Springer.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a collection of boxes.
Yeah, but that's what's...
He looks too much like his G1 toy.
The only problem that I had with the previous Springer toy, the last Springer toy that we got, was that he was not sufficiently thick. And this one is definitely a lot more thick.
Yeah, he's too boxy for me. Also, he has less Greeblies than the Jets, which like his smooth chest. It's like I said, Siege is a mixed bag.
It's maybe like that
and there
whole
are like rumors of more
thing with sometimes the first wave of a series, they sort of go overboard on some stuff that they kind of gotta... Yeah. Like how the first wave of, I guess it was Titan's Return, where, like, everyone was that sparkly plastic, and then they realized that sparkly plastic was shit. And
it looks pretty, though.
Sparkly.
It's nice on the show.
But I think the Greeblies might be a little like that. Like, they did it for the first wave, and they were like, actually, this looks kind of terrible. Except Sideswipe.
Well, the problem is that the Seekers don't actually come out in the first wave.
Well, okay.
They haven't come out yet, but I wish they had waited a little bit for that design, though, because they're the Seekers. We're going to get umpty billion of them.
Yes, we sure are.
Including maybe Red Wing, which was in the listing for the Action Megatron. Like, Red Wings was listed somewhere in his information before somebody left a note on his page and it's like, whoops, that's not supposed to be there.
Yes.
Which, maybe we're not even getting a Red Wing redeco, but that would be neat, because, hey, a Red Seeker, we haven't had one of those. I think.
Haven't had one in red
Well, there's
yet.
Thrust, but he's maroon.
I was gonna say we haven't had one in some random color I pulled out of my ass, but then I remembered Action Master Thundercracker and his Shattered Glass version, so any color you could say we haven't had is on that toy somewhere.
Does he have red on him? He has, like, magenta and neon pink, but I don't think he has actually red.
Okay, that's fair. I don't know if he has actual red, just red derivatives.
The only actual red on a Seeker I can think of is Starscream's boobs.
Yeah.
Anyway, next.
So yeah, also Jetfire's little faction symbol flippy thing.
Oh, right, Jetfire.
A cute detail.
Jetfire is, like, when I first saw him, I mean, kind of the problem of Siege is it's G1 cartoon designs all over again, which we've had, like, twice or 3 or 4, well, 15 times if you're counting Optimus Prime.
Yeah.
But having a cartoon accurate Jetfire is an itch that I didn't know I need scratched, but I really, really want it.
Skyfire.
I will take him outside. He's Skyfire. I will take him outside. I will put him in the snow in his native environment.
You'll forget about him. just like the Autobots did.
But he looks great. The fact that he's freaking gigantic is a little surprising, and like other robots can hang off the underside of him is. I mean, I didn't need it that big, but sure, I'll take it.
I'm kind of surprised that they're getting away with that armor for him, and Harmony. I'm absolutely. I see Harmony Gold's people off to the side, like.
Well, okay. Digression. It's armor on his chest. It's not exactly like it's the original G1 Veritech armor stuff. It's different. Like, the Classics version was a lot more like the Veritech armor.
Yeah, the helmet makes him look a little Veritech-y.
Yeah, but, well, so did the last one. But, in 2020, Harmony Gold is losing that fucking license! Finally! It's going away. There is hope on the horizon that we might actually get Macross anime on DVD sometime in my lifetime.
Oh, man.
I want Macross 7, damn it! I really want Macross 7.
That's good news, and
Frontier would be nice too, but
it makes me feel better about the fact that I just realized that Stakeout and Red Hot are redecos.
Too bad. Redecos are okay. More Micromasters though. Yeah.
It's fine.
Anyway, yay,
so yeah, Siege is a thing that's happening. It's very some toys. There are definitely some toys there. So moving on to our next thing, I guess, Studio Series. I'm glad that it exists. I mean, it's making some people happy. I need to get, Shatter and, what the hell's the other guy's name? Dropkick in their, Hot Rod car versions. Mm-hmm. Other than that, I don't really care because, like, I was done with the movie designs kind of before the last mainline movie, which we'll wrap around to that later. Yes.
But I got Nitro Zeus in a few of them, and I set out a little display of, like, the Suicide Squad guys sticking Megatron from, like, 2 lines before with him. But it's like, no, I haven't bought any Bumblebee toys, because I have 3 of them already from the first few movies.
Right.
But I want Shatter and Dropkick. Other than that, it's fine for people. Although I am kind of amazed that they're actually making all the Constructicons and they're able to combine.
Yes.
That's impressive.
And
shocking,
again,
in a way.
I'm glad that exists for people who are excited about that sort of thing. I guess the real shocking part is, will it have testicles?
Ooh, wait, no, we've seen the high tower. No, he's the crane. Did I have the wrecking ball? I don't remember. I've forgotten so much about the Revenge of the Fallen.
Did you forget the part where Devastator had testicles? Because I'd like to remind
I've seen gifs
everyone.
of that so many times, and I expect that shot to be in, God forbid, when John Turturro finally dies. I expect that to be in his highlight reel at the Oscars or whatever the fuck.
God, no. No, I have Cogman, because I found him at, like, Ross. Otherwise, I actually, like, there was a point when I was cleaning out, starting to, like, sell off stuff from my old apartment, where I realized that I had a handful of movie toys I had never even bothered opening. And that's about where I am with movie stuff, was I have bought some in the past because I felt like I should, and then I was like, no, I don't have to. I don't have to buy this just because it's Transformers. But, I mean, there's a nice looking Sideswipe. I just sort of, they just make me sad that those movies were not good. None of them were ever any good. Anyway, but I'm glad that they exist. I'm glad for people that they are getting a giant Devastator. I hope they leave off the testicles.
Well, yeah, that should definitely be a third-party attachment. Or they should sell that as, like, a keychain separately.
And we touched on the Masterpiece stuff. That's something that presumably is going to be an online exclusive, which makes it sort of interesting that they had it at Toy Fair, because Toy Fair is kind of the retailer space. Maybe they were just really...
Masterpiece Black Arachnia.
Oh, yes, they did at the what did you say it was called? One Fest.
Well, just cut off the ends of the words, One Fest.
That's,
Wonder Festival.
Which
that's awesome, but, like, looking at
her nipples, speaking of inappropriate Transformers.
How does she transform? How's she transform?
That was what you thought looking at her? Because I could not stop thinking, that toy sure has nipples.
That's cartoon accurate, because the polygons, like, it wrapped around the pointy cone.
It sure is. I will probably buy her.
I mean, that kind of makes me glad that the Masterpieces are too expensive. I'm not tempted to buy them, because I'm not sure I would be happy with that on my shelf. Like,
she might have to be my second Masterpiece toy. She can go up on the 18 and older shelf with my Resurrection of Monstrous figures. I have nephews. I'm gonna have to have an 18 and up shelf.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's like my VHS shelf that's on the bottom behind other tapes.
Yeah, it'll have to be like...
I don't think I have any 18 plus action figures.
I'll just have to have like a cabinet so that, like, it's got doors on it. Just nice and high up, and I can just close the doors when I have nephews around. Yes. Resurrection of Monsters. I just want to remind people that existed. Yeah. So, on the other end of, like, the whole spectrum, we got a few new Cyberverse toys. I have to say, I'm kind of surprised that Cyberverse is still going.
Well, I have not watched any of the cartoon other than clips, like trailers. I may never watch any of it. Well, maybe eventually. Well, if we ever get there in the regular show.
You should, because by God, we watched... God, which was it? Titans Return or Combiner Wars? It was Titans Return, wasn't it? No, we watched the second one, because... Oh, I guess we did watch the first one, too.
We did sort of watch the first one, just didn't talk as much about it. Yes.
Titans Return was the one that had the ridiculous voice budget. And then clearly
it had some voice budget.
Writing people.
No, it's no. But like, okay, Cyberverse is probably not as bad as that. It just what I've heard about it has been.
Yeah, if we could sit through those, you can sit through Bumblebee Needs an Adult, the series.
Okay, yeah, it probably would be easier to sit through, but I haven't given a shit about Cyberverse toys. I got like the Starscream that shoots a bunch of missiles because it looks goofy. The gimmick is fun. I got a Shockwave because Shockwave, and whatever the hell the
I
lady
love
Decepticon
that
is
Shockwave
called.
and his permanent scowly face. I love his permanent scowly face, and I love his face on his forehead. That's also permanently scowly.
What?
Cyberverse Shockwave is amazing. He's got a permanent scowly face.
Yeah, and why does he have an extra little tiny eye on top? I didn't notice that. What the fuck? He does have two eyes, they're just on top of each other. Okay, that's weird. But anyway.
He's got a tiny face on his forehead.
I thought I was pretty much done with Cyberverse toys until this show revealed, oh hey, here's some more Cyberverse toys. Okay, they have clip-on armor. Ooh, that's neat. It looks like you can mix and match them to upgrade them. Somebody had photoshopped like, was it G2 Dreadwing, I think? Or something.
Yeah.
With like Optimus with some armor clip-on. But then I saw Skybite.
Yes.
And I need Skybite.
One of them is... And I feel like that kind of summarizes the Cyberverse show. Like, okay, I will get into some brief spoilers here. It's like the show is... I kind of feel like the people writing it, some of them haven't quite gotten the hang of 10-minute episodes yet, because there's this episode with Velocitron that's just like the biggest like mood, like tonal disconnect, because it's like some really messed up shit happens and it doesn't fit the tone of the rest of the show at all. But then there's like this episode that it's like one of Bumblebee's memories and they're in McAdams, and then Deadlock shows up looking for help hiding so he can defect to the Autobots. And I'm like, holy crap. So there's stuff like that, and I feel like the people who are doing Cyberverse read and enjoyed the IDW comics, but that's not quite what they're doing. So, but they do things like pull Skybite in there. Also, I think Skybite is hilarious because he's just like a random redeco of a different toy, but no one's making TM2 Cyber Shark toys here in the year 2019. We're making Skybite.
And it's just like wacky. Like, Bumblebee comes with a battleship that forms around him like he's from Can Cole.
No, the bad one
he's an anime girl.
Is Optimus Prime, because since 1984, there's been this whole contentious thing about scale in Transformers toys. And so here's Optimus Prime towing the actual Ark. Just sitting on
and it combines with him. It's the craziest. But
scale works.
It's like so ridiculous. And a scraplet. There's a little scraplet which you can army build and then glue to your ceiling.
It's really adorable.
So you can have like
the scraplet is very cute.
Nightmare armies of those things. Grimlock's wearing a garbage truck? The hell? I didn't see that
I
one
am
before.
conceptually tempted to get the Optimus Prime with the Ark just because I want a little toy Ark. I feel like we've gotten at least like a little die-cast one at some point, but we don't get enough toys of the Ark.
Yeah, wasn't it the Titanium series?
Yeah, there was something like that, but...
Or maybe it was the Tactics stuff.
I feel like we got a Titanium
series. Yeah, you could have a little tiny Ark, so it will be your Rung shelf.
Yes. Aww, Rung is such a good boy. But yeah, Cyberverse is, I mean, if it was full-length episodes, I don't know if I would be so much like, come on, just go, get through it. You can do this. But, it's definitely It's cute. I would probably have bought some of the toys if the QC looked better, but they honestly look kind of not well made, and the paint is bad, and...
Yeah. Cheap and toyetic, but...
Yeah. I mean, I will consider buying any Windblade you put in front of me. So I have definitely considered her, but on the other hand, every time I actually look at it in the package, I'm like, this paint is terrible, and the plastic looks like cheese.
Yeah, same.
Cheese plastic is a thing of mine.
Because I got the other two previous lines of Windblades, but that one, it just looks, I don't know, the colors are weird. It's a lot more red.
Yeah. So, Cyberverse looks potentially interesting. I hope the QC improves. Speaking of things with good QC, we have bots. We have...
those are a thing.
That came out over the last year. That came out, I think, since we last recorded an episode. Conceptually, what are your thoughts on bots?
I like bots as an idea. They're tiny, they're adorable, they're like the old Micro Machines and things. They're itty-bitty toys people love. Like, they're the little muscle figures that were little gummy things that were around when I was a kid. I get that, but I don't personally give a shit. It's like, they're great toys, they're not for me.
I think they bring me a lot of joy just because I've known enough Hasbro toy designers in my time to appreciate how much fun they're clearly having with this. They're sort of like... I really like very small Transformers, but I also like very serious dark Transformers, and then I threatened to go off on one of my tangents about Armada. I will write...
No sad Micromasters.
The saddest mini-cons. Actually, no, mostly it just makes me think about how I got drunk at a BotCon and just ended up telling Doug Glenn how hard it was to write Armada fanfic that didn't seem like a metaphor for gay sex.
What? Wow, yeah, it really is. Anyway,
that's what happens when I get drunk. So,
they're cute.
I'm glad they exist. I'm probably more glad they exist than Studio Series. I have bought 3 of them. 2 of them completely blind, and so I have occasionally I have an uncanny ability to pick out the right blind packs. So in my first 2 I got were Frostferatu, aka my favorite kind of cupcake, who is also a vampire, and Professor Wellread, who is a book. Also, I'm just very proud that one time I went to a Walmart and they had some Fallout 4 blind boxes, and I managed to pick out Nick Valentine on my first try. So, I'm awesome. I
don't have good luck with that.
I also, just on impulse, after knowing how to read the codes on them, I also bought Totes Ma Goats.
Which is, that is probably the best thing about bots, is the names.
Yeah.
They're just over the top and ridiculous little puns.
That's definitely...
I kind of hate puns, but I appreciate them.
It's very much like, this is certainly not something I would have done anything with, but I appreciate that they exist. So you have, again, Totes Ma Goats. You have Frostferatu. And the best one, out of the new batch, you have Steve from accounting. Which I think it was Monzo. It was someone.
I thought that was a joke.
No, there's definitely one named Steve from accounting, which I will point out I have already decided is going to be the name of this episode.
Okay. Yeah.
But it was pointed out by one of our wiki buddies, like I said, I think Monzo, that this is neither the first Steve nor the first one who is an accountant.
Oh, but combining together.
But it is the first Autobot who is Steve from accounting. But yeah, They're fun. I like that you can just pick up one blind packed one for $3. So if I'm like at Walmart, like running errands, and I'll be like, I'm gonna get me one little fun thing.
I don't think I've seen the little blind packs. All I've seen is like there's like a $9 one and there's like a $15 one. It's like, I don't want to spend that much, even though I'm getting like 6 of the things.
Mm-hmm. No, they're blind packed ones, and they're $3, and they are just like...
I guess they went off the shelves quickly.
Oh,
or off the
yeah.
pegs.
Around here, they sort of, the first batch of them went pretty fast, and now it's sort of, it's after Christmas.
Yeah.
So they're fun. I'm glad they exist. There's a new batch of them coming out, so I suppose they were definitely popular enough to get additional series. I will say I have discovered, again, I have nephews. They are 7 and 4 years old, and I totally do not get the appeal of blind package stuff at all, but they are super into it. Also, Minecraft.
No.
It seems to have a lot to do with YouTube. Because you get people who do the videos of opening,
unboxing and things. I remember shit like that as a kid, or even like buying packs of cards. It's like,
mm-hmm.
I like to know what I'm opening, at least generally. Like the few times I've gotten blind packs recently, like I've gotten some keychains and shit. It's like, oh, that's not the one I wanted. Shit, I buy another one. Oh shit, I got the same one.
Yeah, it's like, I see this like stack of, again, Fallout 4 blind boxes, and I know one of them is Nick Valentine, and I don't know which one.
Yeah.
Except that, occasionally I can draw upon uncanny mutant powers and be like, this random one from towards the back. But, which, it's not super reliable.
I guess the bots that are bigger pack where only one of them is a blind pack is at least a decent thing. Like, I've seen other things do that, like Bakugan and some other toys. Like, have one in a pack, random. That's fine.
I mean, I definitely see it being something that's popular, that little kids will like. I could see my small nephews enjoying them, even though they are not Minecraft. There are also more Rescue Bots Academy toys, which, I don't know, I have personally, again, with my nephews, been told that they are very fond of the old Go bots that I sent them.
Oh.
So I don't know, how well... These Rescue Bots, I feel like, I don't know, I haven't looked that close at the ones previously, but these do seem to have that same very sort of solid... 2-step aesthetic that those did, so I don't know. Yeah. One of them's Hotshot, though. One of them is a very cute Hotshot.
I think more than one. There's a hovercraft Hotshot, and I think there was a different mold of him, too.
Aww. He's cute.
Yeah.
So there was other, non-Hasbro transforming stuff. There's the Super 7 stuff.
Licensed toys.
Which
I haven't heard of before, I don't think.
Did you see the ones... So for the most part, I've been looking at asmzine.com with their pictures. Phil generally runs a pretty good Toy Fair review. That's a lot of what the site exists for, is these Toy Fair posts. So they are doing... their reaction series, which is an old, Kenner-inspired series that they just do a bunch of random stuff, and they're doing some G1 characters. Oh, it's those
guys that do, little 5 points of articulation, like Aliens toys and things.
Yeah, I've been tempted by some of them. I see them more than anywhere else at Barnes & Noble, but...
that's weird. I've wandered the toy sections there. I don't remember seeing things like that. Usually that's just where I pick up my little tiny super deformed Gundams.
Yeah. They also have the Super Cyborg figures that Super 7 is doing. There are also, I really appreciate that Megatron is one of these. And I think one of I don't know if it was Phil or one of the photographers who was posting comments on these posts, but it was like, I don't understand super buckets. But they're apparently
super
just
buckets?
like buckets that are character heads.
Oh, the big head things? Those are buckets?
Yeah, they're apparently buckets.
Oh, I guess that explains why Optimus Prime doesn't have his spiky antennas.
To be fair, for the longest time at my old apartment, I had, like, a Transformers animated Optimus Prime head Easter basket that was where it was, like, sort of, like, plushy, and that was actually where I kept my remote controls.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, oh yeah, keeping shit in Megatron's head. That'd be kind of neat.
And
just stick candy
he's the bucket head.
Yeah, it's a bucket head, being a bucket. I might be tempted by the Megatron depending upon the price. A Soundwave would probably be cooler, but it's not a bucket. Yeah, but
he's not a bucket
got a cooler head.
And they also have these little Keshi surprise toys that basically look like they're like blind pack decoys.
Oh, decoys! Okay, see, that's okay. They're little tiny cute guys that don't transform.
Yes. Also, there's a red Prime one that they showed on their display, and there's a purple Prime one, so you can have your Akane.
I can finally get them! Yay! Can I have a white Soundwave?
Maybe, if you try. If you ask nicely.
It looks like they're just red, blue, purple, and yellow so far.
Yeah. So, I am just happy that I got through several years of ferret ownership without any of my G1 decoys getting devoured. Because they love rubber.
My decoy... Shit, whatever happened to my decoys? Either they're in a tub somewhere, or they vanished. They might have ended up wherever the hell my little Ultimate Muscle toys ended up.
I did eventually end up selling my decoy set that I just randomly picked up at a BotCon ages ago that had what I referred to as the special thing. Because it was just this little, like, it was about the same size as a decoy, so it was maybe 1.5 inches long. And it had this little red part at the end that you could push in, and it was spring-loaded, and there's this little hard-to-press little button there that made it pop out. And I guess you could knock them over with that. But then at one point I saw an auction on eBay for the same set that just referred to it as, it comes with like such and such number of decoys and one special thing.
Special thing.
So I took to referring to that as the special thing.
The special thing.
Because there's no better term I could find for it. So yeah, decoys are cool. I have like a skids decoy because I like skids. So yeah, that's the Toy Fair stuff. There was some various news. I guess Cyberverse is getting more episodes. I mean,
another season.
They accomplished their goal at the end of the first season, so I guess now we have
Bumblebee has memories. He doesn't need an adult anymore?
I guess he does still need an adult, and I guess he doesn't really have memories. But they did, the whole thing was they were trying to find where the Ark was, and they needed to get him to remember things so he could help them find the Ark. But I guess it's not like they fixed his memories, they just found the Ark, so he still needs an adult. There's an episode where he's like, they stole a Decepticon ship, and Windblade is like, okay, I gotta go out and do a thing. Don't touch that giant red button there. And he's like,
wait,
button!
It's an episode of Ren and Stimpy?
Basically. So yes, I'm very serious when I call it Bumblebee needs an adult.
Yeah.
But it looks like we're getting a bunch of new characters. I think I saw toy or something of Drift, which is cool because I'm just happy to see IDW Drift being in more things and not terrible movie Drift.
No, that toy was called Deadlock.
Oh well, okay then. That's the same thing as his Decepticon name.
Yeah, it's his Decepticon name because when I first saw that, I thought it was like, oh, it's Runamuck or Runabout, but oh no, that's Drift. What the fuck?
Yes. I don't know, because there is a different Drift who is not that different, but sufficiently different to be dumb. I don't like movie Drift. I want IDW Drift. I don't want the one who's a samurai. I want the one who's a weeaboo. It's very different.
Well, in the movies, he's kind of a space weeaboo, but yeah, whatever. Anyway, other things are coming.
So everyone was very excited for about 2 seconds to hear that there was going to actually be a new Netflix produced, or at least Netflix available, adultish Transformers cartoon. It is
War for Cybertron, so it's named after the games that were, 5-6 years ago, that were pretty popular. And they were good.
Press X to pet Laserbeak.
Yes. That should be the title of an episode. We're a little less excited when we found out, it's not made by the same people who made the Net Machinima 3 series that we've complained about before and did episodes about. Mm-hmm. It's made by the company that bought them out, because that company kind of vanished, folded. Something complicated. They closed down their sites and you can't watch the old Machinima episodes anymore.
Well, basically Machinima had a parent company that shut them down.
Oh,
isn't it the same parent company as Crunchyroll? I want to say I heard it was the same parent company as Crunchyroll.
I thought Crunchyroll's AT&T or something, some big telecom or something owns Crunchyroll, I think.
Yes, actually this says, after AT&T's acquisition of Time Warner last year, Machinima was moved under the Otter Media umbrella, and then Machinima was shut down. So it's being produced in part by Rooster Teeth, who are the RWBY people.
Yeah, they made Ruby and Red vs. Blue, and there's the new... Is it on... I don't know what the... Genlock? Is that on Prime or something?
Oh, I think that is actually on Netflix.
Oh, it's on Netflix? I thought it was coming out one episode at a time. Either that or people are being oddly slow about watching it.
I mean, they might have decided to do it one episode at a time on Netflix, but I want to say that I saw that show up on Netflix. But the important thing is that the showrunner is the person who did Titan's Return and Power of the Primes. So everybody's yes. Sad trombone.
Yeah.
It's gonna be stupid. But it will be an origin story, and I guess we'll see how that
could be
pans
better,
out. We'll see how much Vaporwave Triptychon and Screaming Starscream Head we get.
I mean, if it's just the same guy in charge of it, there were some okay ideas in the Machinimas. It's like, you need to hire actual writers.
Yeah.
More professional voice actors. And a fucking voice director. Although, a lot of the Rooster Teeth stuff is... Well, okay, I can't say great, but the first season of Ruby is really rough. The second and third are fun, but then I didn't watch the rest because the third ended on a downer. I think they're up to season 6 now I need to get back to. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was a good downer ending. It's just it sort of wrapped up a lot of the things I cared about.
You're
and,
just
ripped somebody's arm off, and it's like...
You're just I'm sad now.
Well, I was sad because one character who had their arm ripped off was sad, and it didn't look like they were going to be doing anything in season 4.
Because of the whole missing arm thing.
Yeah, I wanted her to come back with a robot arm and punching people, which
Misty
I
Knight.
Think she eventually does. Yeah, but I don't think she does that until season 5 or 6.
Oh, that's boring.
So it's this could be good, but after the last Machinima thingy, I don't have much faith in it at all.
Yeah.
But it's a good reason for me to actually keep Netflix around and watch more, other than I need to get around to watching The Toys That Made Us and things like that.
Yeah, I need to do that too. I figure watching The Toys That Made Us is gonna be like picking out people I've hung out with at conventions. Because I know all that stuff and all those people already. It looks like the movieverse is going to be continuing, which is good.
Wait, what? Okay, I didn't actually read the article you linked to me before, but okay, the same guy's serving as showrunner, but included in the writers is George Krasnick, who is responsible for Megas XLR.
Was he the creator of Megas XLR?
He's the creator, yes.
Okay.
He's one of the two creators.
See, I saw that and then I was
I follow him on Twitter.
Is he a creator of that, or was he just did he write 2 episodes? But okay.
No, he's one of the 2 creators, and I think there's 2 creators. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, I follow him on Twitter, and he's posted multiple times, he'd like to get the rights back to Megas XLR. He'd like it to be on DVD, but it's held up by corporate bullshit, and he doesn't know how much it would even cost to buy it back.
Yeah.
But, hey, if he's on this, that's at least something good. They got a writer from Agent Carter? What?
Well, also Rescue Bots. Agent Carter and Rescue Bots.
I mean, that's an improvement than what it already was.
I mean, admittedly, yes, these people are actually writers.
That's a writer for Rescue Bots is a massive step up.
Yeah, from Screaming Starscream Heads. Yeah.
God, that's one of the worst things, but it's such a good punchline.
It's so bad. It's so hilariously bad. Is what it is. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. Fingers crossed, we'll see how that pans out. But yes, they are continuing the movieverse, because Bumblebee was successful, because hey, who knew that if you actually, again, hire writers to write your movie, and don't just shoot it off like Michael Bay's script written on the back of a napkin.
Get a director who's actually excited about the material.
Yeah.
I mean, not that you have to get someone involved who was a fanboy of the material, but looking at the movie, it helps. Also, it helps that he's the director of animation, and animating giant robots is what we want.
Yeah, I mean,
so their restart. It's a reboot. It's officially a reboot now. Yay.
Something with that much CG, you really. I mean, we talked in our Patreon episode, plug Patreon episode, about how it really helps to bring that animation perspective to it, and there you go. So yeah, that promises to be exciting. And then also coming up this year, we're gonna see what IDW is doing now. I mean, man, all the stuff they were doing before was so good, so I'm sad that they're rebooting things. I don't really know anything about this new writer except that he's a novelist, and I mean, I guess his novels were actually published by an actual publisher, so that's something.
Okay, there's 2 sides to that. It's okay, he's good at writing. We that's an established thing, but that does not always translate to being able to write comic books
or Transformers.
Even good writers who's the guy they brought in to write Black Panther? Who was writer?
Ta-Nehisi Coates.
Yes, I've heard things his series on Black Panther got good, but it started out really rough because he wasn't used to writing for comic books.
Right.
But on the flip side of that, you have Saladin Ahmed, who has a novel and a bunch of short stories. And his first issue of Black Bolt was frickin' amazing. It had been he'd been writing comic books for 20 years. Mm-hmm. His stuff's fantastic. But writers of novels do not always... Saladin is kind of the exception to the rule. It doesn't always transfer the first time you read a comic book.
Yeah, I mean, that's something there's often crossover with. I used to laugh at Brad Metzer being writing big deal DC crossover stuff because I was constantly clearancing out his political thriller paperbacks at my old used bookstore jobs. But so sometimes it works out, but we'll see. I'm gonna give it a chance. I gotta give it a chance.
Well, yeah, it's Transformers. I'm gonna get it, but I'm more interested in what is James Roberts going to be writing next.
Yeah, holy moly! I want to know.
Whoever hires him, he can write Legion of Superheroes, a comic book I give less than a shit about, and I would buy it.
Oh, I care about Legion of Superheroes. I would read so much.
I know lots of people really care about it, but it's one of those weird, convoluted things that's just, no, don't care.
Also, the cartoon of it from a while back was pretty good.
The cartoon was okay. I saw a few episodes of that. There was an evil lady with a giant floating eyeball.
Brainiac 5 was precious Whoopi baby. Good Whoopi baby Brainiac 5 being super gay for Superboy. I like small gay robot Whoopies. They're my favorite. So yeah. I mean, there's stuff to look forward to coming out this year. Hopefully we'll see about getting together and doing these episodes a little more regularly. Now that I know
really
my life is settling down.
The end of IDW, we just didn't. It's Lost Light was great. I haven't finished the rest.
Yes. I, for one, am thinking that I have my own novel that's on its 6th set of revisions going off some potential agent notes. So I have work that I need to be doing outside of my part-time corporate sponsorship job. But I definitely want to do a More Than Meets the Eye read through. I might see about, getting on Twitter with some of that. I have moved my Twitter account to Wrecker Jen, which should be easy enough for people to follow. David, you want to plug your Twitter before we wrap up?
Strange 4, spell out 4.
You're like, no, nobody read my Twitter.
One thing that's happened since we've been gone, Tom Scioli was allowed to do a GoBots comic, and it's fucking nuts looking.
I had to actually, so I work with all these, I'm the second oldest person at my job, and I'm the oldest person who's not a legit senior citizen. And I was having to convince this 27-year-old coworker that GoBots was a real thing that existed and not something that I made up.
Well, it is harder and harder to explain and make it sound real, especially if you bring up a picture of Tom Scioli's comic where, Psykill is beating up and then riding a scooter.
Yeah, and just this super crazy BDSM dialogue.
Yeah. I worry about Tom Scioli. Is he okay?
I haven't read the GoBot series, but I probably should just for all the weird kink stuff it apparently brings in. Foot licking.
Oh, with the tire. Make somebody lick his tire. What the fuck, Tom?
So anyway.
Or was it her tire?
Yeah. So, there's interesting stuff coming up this year, and we'll hopefully be able to keep up with it this time.
A little semi-regularly, at least.
Yeah. Alright, but that is it for this toy fair. So, talk to you later. This has been Jen.
And David. Bye.
Good night.
Iacon Underground Radio is hosted by iaconunderground.net. We are listener-supported through Patreon, where you can help us cover the cost of running this show and our other podcast, Stasis Pod, at patreon.com/iaconunderground. We are on Twitter at IaconUG, Tumblr at iaconunderground.tumblr.com, and Facebook at facebook.com/IaconUnderground.